since 1974. Yeah. Here's a lot of your former colleagues that have come back to visit over the years. 91st. And we've just had, for one of their visits, there was a couple of vets on there. But the days of lots of them coming back, obviously there's not a lot of you guys left anymore, sadly. But we got them to sign the door over the years. So when was you here? When was you here from? 40. You was March
44, starting in
March,
and we went down April 28th. No, we wasn't here too long.
Funny, this guy here, he was another one who was only here for a couple of missions, and then he got shot down as well.
Right?
Yeah. In actual fact, when he came back to visit,
I think maybe our pilot might have been back, Jim Cater.
when he came back to visit us, he spent a week here. And he said, "This is the longest I've ever spent at Bassingbourn."
Longest part, huh?
But downstairs, what we've done with the museum downstairs is all to the Royal Air Force, both pre-war, 38 to 42, and then post-war when it became a home to jets. And upstairs is all dedicated to the 91st, to your guys.
We don't have to do it right now, but I got some questions that I'd like to ask while I'm here. I have my all of my bombing raids.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you have any information that would let me know more about these raids that I was on.
Okay, yeah, we've got some books upstairs. We can have a look.
Okay, sounds good.
So if you want to have a little look around downstairs,
sure.
And then we'll take a hike upstairs.
Okay.
Things. The first one that was with me on our crew, the Germans was in
I think I got some pretty good pictures of that.
The Germans came searching for us, and we had to split up into twos to escape, and Herb, the first one I was with, was captured and they shot him. And this guy and I was able to get out together. Yeah, if you want to scan any of this stuff here.
That would be great. Thank you.
Here's from the French. I got when we were going over.
How cool, they're so this is awesome.
It's really nice.
You have a video of this whole room, it's great.
To Avord where I was shot down. Here's one of the Maquis groups that I was with, and he says that we will get some kind of a medal for fighting the Germans. I never did get it. And telegrams that my folks got when I went down.
This your first visit to
Yeah,
me?
still got it.
I'm Amy, I'm the secretary.
Oh, that's what the telegram was. Notifying my folks that I was missing in action.
And that's the last one. Those are the last things he wants, isn't it?
Yeah.
Missing in action and you don't know what.
Yeah. We went the first 2 weeks without help at all.
Welcome.
And then we had to ask.
Downstairs of the museum.
Asked the farmer and we got the right one.
Which part of France did you get shot down in?
Central, right about the middle of the country. A place called Avord. It was a big German air base. And we went there to bomb that base at the request of the British government. They had been making nuisance raids on London at night. They only had small twin-engine bombers, and we went over and knocked them out. But they moved two anti-aircraft guns in the night before, and that's what got us.
Now, was you got by an 88 or the quads, the 20mm?
How's that?
Which anti-aircraft guns did you get hit by?
They said, I
Was it the
think they
88?
called them Ju-88.
Oh, right, yeah, yes, yeah.
Yes, fighters.
Huh?
Twin engine fighters.
Twin engine fighters.
You know about them?
Yeah.
Yes. They are fast and deadly. Put it mildly.
Yeah. And I see you got some chaff in there, the metal things.
Yes.
We threw them out.
Yeah, to try and confuse their radar.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did it work?
It confused their radar when we was going close to the target. But they would somehow find out our altitude. I think they'd send the plane up not close.
That's how they found out how high you were flying. They'd
Yeah.
send one up and then radio back to them on the ground.
And they also seemed to know what the target was. And I think it's because most of the time we was bombing ball bearing factories.
Yeah.
And so if there was a ball bearing, that's where they shot it, and it would be barrage flak then.
Box barrage.
That's right.
They have one point in the sky and fill the sky full of.
And they all explode there, and,
Right.
and they just keep shooting them up there. And once we got on the bomb run, there's no changing. You got to fly right into it.
Yeah.
And that's rough when you run go into it.
And then when the flak stopped, you got the fighters, didn't you?
Well, I only had one raid on Berlin, and that was the worst one. They didn't want us going to Berlin. We had fighter planes after us on the way in, and flak over the target, and fighter planes coming back. I'm anxious to see your book to see if there's some info in it.
Well, let's go upstairs, shall we? We can get upstairs.
Yeah,
Take a gentle walk upstairs. Trying to meet a cannon shell.
Is that 20 millimeters?
Yeah.
We knew that.
Yeah.
You got a Messerschmitt there?
No, we haven't got an ME-109 in at the minute, but we got a Mustang, obviously to represent the escort fighters.
Yeah. Man, they was always with us when we went deep. The Mustangs would be. These other guys didn't have the range.
No, they'd have been the first ones that could accompany you all the way, weren't they?
Yeah, these were.
I didn't meet you.
This is Ken.
Hello there.
Ken's our finance director. He looks after the money
much
for us.
money he wants to spend.
He looks like he stops me from spending all the money.
Well, you guys do a good job with this. This is wonderful.
Are you sure?
Wonderful.
Yeah, this is great.
That's a waist gunner right there.
It is, yep.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Not wearing his flat suit,
That's a
though,
ball
is
turret gunner.
That would be lovely.
he? You must have been a lot shorter in those days. How did you fit in the ball turret?
Oh, I was pretty crowded, but
Knees behind your ears, was it?
didn't have room for my parachute.
No, of course not.
Had the harness on.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look round? Take you round this way and show you through here. An event would take place that would change the course of World War II. Up to this point, did you know John?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. They were much better. But my shoes are plugged in the bottom of my pants and to keep the feet warm. But they didn't give it any protection when you bailed out.
No.
And so when I hit the ground, I broke my left foot. This is good actual pictures up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is that there for you, Clem, if you want to go look at it.
Oh, you got it up there?
For you?
Is that right?
Here.
Yes, can I
How
help
about
you?
then?
Yeah.
Well, what do you know? Is that,
That's you?
yep,
And
that's
there's
right.
his grandfather.
Oh, you got them right here. How about that?
So there'll be a little bit of you at Bassingbourn
Always.
forever. Forever and ever.
I see.
So this is where we remember those who served here.
Yeah, can you take pictures of those?
We most definitely will.
Yeah, we'll get a good close up on it. You like that?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, when you buy these, it comes with a certificate and everything,
Okay, great.
which I'll email to you.
That's great. Thank you so much.
He looks like he's getting ready to buzz the tower or something there. He's in a deep...
This is where you the weight's off the wings here when you've landed. You're all on the undercarriage now, having come back. And this is where they were breaking their backs, wasn't it?
Yeah. And this runway that used to intersect this way, this was one of the relief runways.
Okay.
So they'd often use this for landing on when they come back, because obviously it doesn't need as much runway to land. Because without the bombs, it needs far less runway.
Brakes work better.
And the brakes work better.
A lot of ground to keep mowed.
Oh yeah.
And keep the nails out where they keep burning those pallets.
Bonfire night, yeah.
How many planes were here at any given time?
There was 12 per squadron at the beginning of the war. When Clem would have been here, that would have probably been up to 15 per squadron, so,
Okay.
so 60 B-17s.
Okay.
60.
Yep, 60 in total. The 324th were just behind that ski slope you
Okay.
can see there, which is now, that land has gone back to the farmers.
Oh, it has?
Yeah, during the war, Clem, when you was here, that land was requisitioned by the ministry, by the War Department, and the concrete dispersals were built on there. But after the end of hostilities, the land was returned to the farmers, and then obviously because we needed to get our agricultural system producing as much food as possible, the concrete dispersals were dug up, and it was put back to farmland. To give you some idea of how big this station was, from the front door of the control tower, if you were going to visit each of the dispersals of the 4 squadrons, by the time you went from the control tower to each and every one of them, that was 7.5 miles round.
Is that right?
Yeah. And this is the taxiway that the other squadrons, right at the very top here, will go past the 401st Squadron's dispersals. And so this peri-track was used basically for all of them to taxi round to the runway to start so they'd all come from all 4 corners of the airfield down to the runway that would just come up.
That one too. I know.
It's perfect.
Let's get out of the way.
No, you're fine.
Well, you want to take the important
We're getting
occasion.
it.
Can you get a video of Clem signing it? This might be a good spot here.
Yeah. Not the easiest angle to right, is it?
No.
You have to look through the.
Unless you're the school teacher, who's probably used to it. But
How about that?
Yeah.
Can you get your squadron number under it?
where's Chris?
He's went upstairs to see how he would do
Oh,
the records.
oh, I see.
And how about the year you were here?
You're a slave driver.
Yeah.
1944.
Yeah, 44. You got here, what, March of 44 to April of 44?
Oh, is that what you wanted me to put on there?
Yeah.
I don't know when Paul Chris was here, because I think he was here in 44.
Yes, his lucky bastard certificate was 35.
Ah,
Looks great, Clem.
How about that?
Looks good.
Yeah. You're in good company there.